What's up? It is Dr. Katie Henry. Welcome to our lovely training about how to stop doing all the things you hate and eliminate all of the joy suckers in your business, which will also overflow into your life. It's a pretty transformational experience. I'm pumped to share with you guys 3 of my main tips, and let's be real, I'm going to share way more than that. So as you're hopping on, say hey. If you're catching the replay, let me know. And as I'm talking, I want you guys to go ahead and pop questions in below. I'm going to speak and I will follow up on the questions at the end. And if anything is relevant as I'm going, I will obviously just answer them right away. What is up, Lorna? Okay, guys, I'm just going to real quick share this into my group. Also, I was so excited that I accidentally emailed out an hour earlier before because I was like, come and let's chat. And then people were like, where are you? And I'm like, well, I wouldn't put that past me. And actually, that is something that we're going to be talking about today, is owning you. Owning the fact that you are you. You do things differently. You know, sometimes I'm personally a hot mess express. I get really excited. I'm like overjoyed at times, you know. And yes, you can have a little bit too much joy. But it sometimes, you know, can make me do one thing or the other. But really, I'm just being myself, right? And that's what this is really about in many different ways. And as we talk about eliminating all the things that you hate, and let's be real, like that's a strong word, but all the things that you dislike, you do not enjoy doing, we're going to clear that and create space so that you can really just be yourself more. So that's what we're going to be diving into today, and I'm really pumped to share that with you guys. Real quick, I'm just going to share this in my little space, in my community, and we will get rolling. Okay, so I feel like it might be helpful for you guys to start with, I want you to start with a little tapping in. We're going to do a mini meditation right now, and we're going to do another one at the end. And so I want you to go ahead and close your eyes and place your hands on your heart and take a deep breath in. Exhale and let it go. Another deep breath in. Exhale and let it go. What do you know is real and true for you in your heart? What is that warmth underneath your hands really about? With your hands on your heart, I want you to place on your right hand, your pointer finger on your third eye, which is that space in between your eyebrows. This is your seat of intuition. With your hand on your heart and your hand on your seat of intuition, energetically, I want you to connect and know that when you listen to your heart and you listen to your intuition, you'll never be wrong. And you get to trust that. Smile and feel how that feels. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release. Place both hands back over your heart. One more breath in. Exhale out your mouth. Bring your hands down to your side and just kind of sway a little bit. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. Okay, so that was a really, really fast, quick little meditation, and I just want you to tune in. A huge piece of a lot of what we're going to touch on is all about trusting yourself, listening to yourself, and owning who you are. Because if you're doing things that you dislike, or that you hate, or that do not bring you joy, you're probably not listening to you. And unfortunately, that's something that a lot of us do, and that is okay. But let's work on maybe choosing to not do that. All right? Stop doing all. Okay. All right, guys. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be asking you guys some questions. There are going to be little prompts, and feel free to just type the responses in if you're watching live or catching the replay, or you can just grab your journal, if you have a pretty one, or just a piece of paper, whatever, and you can write the responses to some of these questions and prompts down. And like I said, if you have questions as I'm explaining things here, just pop them below the video, and I will answer them closer to the end, okay? All right, so when we're looking at eliminating all the things that you do not like and all the things that you feel like you have to do, what I want to do is focus on good. Focus on the good things. And this is one of the most powerful shifts that you get to make, and also the first step as we're going to talk through things today. But it's really honestly the foundation of who I am. So for those of you who don't know me, hey, my name is Katie Henry, Dr. Katie Henry, and I am the queen of joy. My clients call me the joy whisperer and stuff. I am a mindset and a business coach, and I really teach you how to tap into your joy and create your business from that space, but really your life from that space, because business and life get to be fun. Life gets to be fun. We get to enjoy our lives. And, you know, I went on this whole journey myself personally, and as I stepped more into my truth and became more me, I saw so much more success in my business, and it was so much easier to get clients, to create programs that made sense for me, to do things that were aligned, all of that stuff, which is what we're going to talk about today, because I went from, no joke, literally almost, I think it was like the first 30 years of my life, maybe a little less than that, but whatever, of being like, well, I should do this, I have to do that. Okay, well, this person told me to do this, so I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do it this way, and whatever. And, you know, my coaching business is not the first business that I've built. And when I first built my initial business, my private practice as a physical therapist, I didn't follow any of the rules. You know, I didn't have a website for over a year. I didn't do any marketing. I just was in my joy of the work that I did, and I knew I was really good at it. And so I owned that, and I had a waiting list out the door. I had people like referring me left and right. I was a little bit overbooked, let's be real, a lot bit overbooked, overworked, and I was like, wow, this isn't hard. What are you talking about? Having a business isn't hard. There were other things that were very hard with that, though, let's be real. But what I realized is that I was really just being me, and I was being in my joy, and that's what we're going to talk about, and that's the focus of this first step for you guys to eliminating the things that you don't like, is to look at the joy of why you do what you do. So as I moved from my coaching, my private practice, and I was doing my coaching, and I was kind of building it on the side, for some reason, I thought, oh, well, now I'm doing this online thing like for real. I got to take all of these courses and follow all these programs and do all this stuff. And oh my God, this person was saying to do this. And you know, I did B-School, and like Marie Forleo was doing like her ideal client avatar, and she's amazing. I mean, B-School is great, but like I could not get past the first lesson of an ideal client avatar, and like writing how old she was and where she shopped and all this stuff. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I know how they want to feel. I know the feeling. I know the sensation. Like, who cares where they shop? Like, that doesn't matter. And so I kind of fell into this rabbit hole for the first 18 months as I was creating stuff online and doing things on the side and like following all of these shoulds. And it's like, okay, now I have to have this type of landing page and this type of sales page, and I have to write this thing. And I had hired somebody to help me with a launch, and they said, okay, now you have to write 35 emails for me today that will schedule out over the next 3 weeks. And I was like, 35 emails? No, that's not how I do stuff. But then I felt like I had to. So it was this interesting like push, pull, I must do this, I have to do this, oh my gosh, this doesn't feel right, what are you talking about kind of thing. And I did what I thought I had to do, and the results, like, it was kind of painful. And so for a while I was running 2 businesses and grinding it out with my coaching practice, and like pushing, and the energy didn't feel right. The energy didn't feel aligned. It wasn't me. it just, like, I created stuff and it was great. The content was great. The people that signed up were great. And I was making money and earning and everything. But it just didn't feel like me. And then I took a step back and I was like, wait a second. Did a ton of journaling, did a ton of mindset work, did a ton of thinking, and was like, Key, who are you really? And when I thought about that and I asked myself that question, I was like, I'm a positive, upbeat, joyful person. That's who I am. And I was like, and that's what my business is about. So I owned that on a deeper level. And I really said, this is who I am. I don't care what all these other people are saying. I'm going to be me, and I'm going to do that. And I'm going to create my business and life from that space. And so I shifted that. I rebranded under my business and all of that kind of stuff, which was amazing. Awesome. Yay. And then I moved into really just owning it on a deeper level. And the coolest thing was, as I flipped that and I started creating programs that were just pouring out of me, and it was like, I mean, like, let's take last year, for example. I think I created 11 programs, and then I did multiple workshops and things like that. But it was never hard. It just flowed out. And then I started attracting high-level clients. I raised my rates. I owned the fact that I know a lot of information. And I was having 5-figure launches and sales so much easier. And I was having conversations with people, and they were like, oh my gosh, can I hire you? And now I get messages every single day being like, thank God that the universe brought you to my life, and thank God and whatever. And I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this because when you get aligned with your truth, when you get aligned with who you are and you embody the joy that is you, you get the results. So the first thing, and I actually wrote notes, you guys. Normally I let it flow. But the first thing I want to say, and I want you to ask yourself, is, what do you deeply desire to do? Which is why we did that meditation in the beginning with your hand on your heart. What do you want? What do you know is real and true for you? So if time and money weren't a factor and you were completely limitless and you had all the freedom in the world, what would you be doing? What would you be doing with your life? And that is the first question. I'll type that in here. Because if you answer that, that is more of your truth, right? That is that deeper knowing. That is that yes, yes, yes kind of sensation. That's the core of it, guys. And when you think about that, I want you to think of what that feels like. That's your joy. That's what lights you up. That is the truth of who you are. What does that feel like for you? What does that look like? What does that sound like? What does that smell like? You're embodying this feeling and sensation of joy. And my one-on-one clients know this. I talk about this all the time, and people who have done my courses and programs, you guys know, we really start with this feeling and sensation because that is the foundation. When you can create from this space of joy and being lit up, you are going to become unavailable for all of these shoulds and all of these things that you feel like you have to do and all of that stuff, because you're going to be so aligned to your truth and to your joy and what lights you up. And that is what is important here, guys. That is the key. That is essential. So what are those things that you are doing just that are like, hell yes, this is what I would do if I could and I had the most freedom of time and money and, everything was limitless? What would you be doing? And I want you to think about that. And then I want you to think of, okay, amazing. Now, what am I doing in my reality of my current time and of my day, right? There's probably a disconnect, right? So the first step of the 3 things to release the shoulds is to focus on the positive and focus on the joy. Okay, so in order to do that, you get to create space and you get to clear the things that are not serving you and that are unavailable. So we're going to write a list. I want you to write out all of the things you are going to stop doing. This is your stop doing list. Hey, Alex, what's up? Stop doing list. You're going to stop doing all of these things that you just hate. You hate them. They like make you cringe. And here's a really good hint of if you're like, well, that's not too bad. I don't mind doing it, whatever. First off, if you say that, that is something that you get to either automate or outsource. Let it go. I have been in a free fall of surrender, releasing control, and trusting. And I have to say, it's terrifying. It's terrifying. I've given more stuff away to people on my team, to people I've hired, to all sorts of support. And I want you guys to know is the second you do that, it's like, it's this explosion of like, oh, I have all this time. What am I going to do with all this time? And that's what we're going to talk about for step number 2, because you're clearing out all of the crap. You're clearing it out. It's like, you're like giving yourself, okay, this might be a really weird analogy, but you guys, if you understand this, like, I love you. It's like a colonic for your business. You're like scraping the shit, the literal shit out of your system, out of your energy and out of your being and saying, I am done with this. This is no longer serving me. It gets to go away. All right. So what I want you to do is, okay. So like I was saying, if you are like, well, that's not too bad or whatever, you're going to do a little bit of kinesiology, which is like, you can do 2 things. You can either just put your hands across your chest. And if you say, like, do I want to do this? Yes or no. So yes, you're going to lean forward and it's going to be like, yes, that is something I love. Okay, sweet. And if it's like, nope, you're going to go backwards a little bit. Okay. Backwards a little bit. And you can also do it with your hands. Like yes is the right hand, no is the left hand. And your body will tell you, your body always knows. So you can be like, do I want to send out all of the emails? Oh my, see, I didn't even finish. No is in my left hand. It was like, do I want to send out all of the emails whenever I'm launching something? And I just lean to the left. Hell to the no. Remember that story I said in the beginning about, oh, I don't know what just happened there. Hold on, guys. Oh, there we go. That just shut off. Remember that story I was saying in the beginning about how someone told me I had to write 35 emails in a day to like prepare 3 months out for a launch? I was like, no, thank you. So that stuff you're going to be like, nope, nope, nope. Okay, so what I want you to do right now is to list off all of the things that you hate. Let it go, release it, it gets to go. And now these may be things that like, you're like, I don't know how to do that, or like, I'm not ready for that, or whatever. That's okay. I'm not saying they get to be like punted to the curb right now, but I want you to just identify them, and I want you to see, and I want you to realize how much time and energy you are spending on doing all of these things that you do not like. So this is a combination of a lot of different things. It's activities, it's feelings, it's people, it's situations, behaviors, beliefs, ideas. There are all sorts of things that just get to go. They get to be kicked to the curb. They are done, lost, gone forever, done, see you later. Because one of the things, like, for example, one of the things that I just gave as a homework assignment to one of my clients yesterday, I said, let's eliminate the word hard from your vocabulary. Because she was like, but it's so hard to do this, and it's so hard to do that, and it's so hard. And I was like, well, if you keep putting energy on the word hard, then of course that's what's going to show up, and everything's going to feel hard because that's what you're focusing on. So that's the whole point of this whole thing, is we're focusing on the positive, we're focusing on the joy, we're focusing on the good stuff. So I want you to just write out all these things that you hate, dislike, feelings that you have, any thoughts of like, I am not abundant, I do not have enough stuff, any of that kind of stuff, write it down, and then it gets to be released, okay? And then you can look at that list, and I want you to see what needs to be like destroyed, blown up, like gone forever, never ever doing it. So again, this is not something that you have to do right now, but you look at it and say, oh my gosh, like for me, I'm never going to write 35 emails in a thing for my client. I'm eliminating the word hard. Like I'm unavailable for it, whatever. The second she said that and did that, she was like, I feel light and free. I feel so much better. Whereas the day before she was like bawling, crying. So like, look at a huge shift when you just give yourself permission. And here's another thing, you guys, some of this stuff, and all of us just want to be seen and heard, right? So when we are acknowledging something that we don't like, what we're actually doing is we're giving that some light, and we're saying, hey, I don't want to do this. I don't enjoy doing this, but I'm acknowledging that it's there. Instead of pretending that like, oh, I love to do all the things and I can do everything in my business and it's so great. No, releasing all of that, but giving light to it. What you're actually doing is you're taking that darkness and these bad things and these things that are heavy and just bad energy, and you're bringing light to it. So you're not ignoring it and you're not pretending that it's not there. You're seeing it and saying, okay, I see that. I choose to no longer do that, and I choose to bring in light. I bring in positivity. I bring in joy, and I get to say, that's still there. I get to give that to somebody else. There is probably somebody else that loves to write all of the emails that you hate to write. I mean, you can write them, but like to actually put them into your system and whatever, like there are people that enjoy doing that. You don't have to do that. That's what, you guys, this is everything I'm about. Do the things that bring you joy in your business, and you will be successful, because your energy is going to that. Your energy is infectious. Your energy is this upbeat, positive, joyful energy that goes into the things that you love in your business. So of course you're going to get all of the results you want, because you're doing what you love. Do you guys get that? Like if you are in business for yourself, or you're doing something on the side, or you're thinking about it and you're like, okay, well, I have these things in place. Like, why would you want it to be terrible? Why would you want it to suck the energy out of you? That is the complete opposite of what you want. Okay. So step one, finish it, writing out all these things that you are choosing to release. And then I want you to really look at that and like cross off the stuff that fully gets to go. It gets to be blown up. It gets to no longer be in your energy space. It gets to no longer be in your mind. Okay. And so what you have done is you've literally just like cut the cord, sliced it off, and said, goodbye. Like, thank you, universe. I take this away. And like I was saying, you're taking these things that are heavy and restricting and like constrictive, and you're bringing light to them. So instead of this restrictive, like closed off energy, but also mindset, everything here, you're like pulling it back, and it's like, oh, and so it's open. And yes, you can sing like that too. It's open, and it's just, oh, yes. And you know what? That's the energy of receiving. You're open, you're expansive, and you're saying, bring in the light. Bring in the ideas, bring in the joy, bring in all the stuff, because you're open to it. So step two is all about tapping into your creative energy. So, hey Inez, so you've cleared all of the things that are not serving you. You've written down your stop doing list, and you're like, I'm done. And then you open up. You open up to what possibilities are out there. So what does this look like, and what does this mean? Okay, so you're writing down your stuff, and you're like, sweet, okay, great. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to have my team do this. I'm going to do that, and whatever. And you're saying, I'm free. And you're like, okay, what do I do? You do the things that make you more creative. So this is going to be different for everyone, but I actually have this behind me because I want to use this as an example. So one day I was with my little cousins, and they wanted to paint. And I was like, ooh, okay. I'm not an artist, but I made this, and I thought it was pretty cool. But I felt so free and open and expansive, and like I was having so much fun and so in my joy that as I was painting that, I came up with like 4 ideas for my business. Every single time, I have a client that goes to the park every morning. She walks in the park, she hears the birds, and she takes some time for stillness and for her creativity, and to say, oh, like, what do I need? You know, it's a little bit of meditation. It's a little bit of mindfulness. It's presence. But what she does is every single time after she does that, she does a little Kundalini breath of fire. That huge one to shift your energy, by the way, guys. If you need a little energy boost, breath of fire, 30 seconds, 3 times. So as she is energizing herself, she's like, oh my gosh, I feel great. She goes back home, boom. Ideas. I got a message from her a couple days ago where she's like low energy, and then shifted into all of these things. Oh, you guys, your comments are coming in super late, but I will read them. Shifted into her mindset around, okay, you know, I'm going to do the things that feel good. I'm going to elevate myself. I'm going to be in really good energy and go go have fun. And I'm not saying you guys have to go do this like all day long. This can be something that takes 10 minutes to do, but can totally flip and transform stuff for you. But so she came back home and this was like on a weekend or something, and she's like, oh my God, I worked for 8 hours. I created a new program. I created a flash sale. I wrote all these emails. I did all this stuff. And she's like, it just flew out of me. And that's the point, you guys. As you eliminate the things that are dragging you down and you do more joyful things, more fun things, more creative things, and you open yourself up, what happens is you get these downloads, you get ideas, things just come through you. And it's like in that stillness, in that silence, whether that's in meditation, whether that's in being outside, whether that's going and playing, you know, sometimes for me it's exercising and moving my body. In that space, like, you're not going to make millions of dollars in your business being on the computer grinding it out like that all the time. All the time. Obviously, there are times for hustle. I do it all the time. I was up to like 1:30 or something last night because I had all the stuff that I was doing and I was like, ooh, this, you know? But that's not what brings you success. That is my point of this, you guys, is as you tap into your creative energy, you open yourself up to get this information in, and it downloads in and it comes in, and you say, oh my God, now I know what to do, or I'm going to create this program or course or offering, or oh my gosh, I'm going to reach out to this person and whatever. That's it, you guys. That's the energy you want to have behind you. That's the feeling you want to have behind you. That's the sensation you want to have. But also, like, how much more fun is that than, someone told me I have to write 75 emails before I could have a successful launch. How about you go do something fun and you write one Facebook post with passion, and then boom, you get 2 new clients. That's happened to me. That's happened to me. That has happened to my one. Okay, I have another client who, she was like, I was off, where was she? I think she was on a vacation, and she was like, I was getting a massage and I came back, and she said there were 3 people that reached out to her to work with her on one of her biggest packages that was like 5 figures. And she was like, how did this person even find me? And it's like, they're coming out of the woodworks, but it's like you release this attachment and this clinging and this constriction of, I must have this, I must have this, I must have this. And you like just cut that off, and it's like, you're catapulting into abundance. I was telling people in my mastermind yesterday, it's like, and you guys, I want you to know that this is all stuff that I've worked through myself and I help clients through, but I've also, like, I'm working through it now as I'm moving to a higher level. And I was like, I'm catapulting into abundance and just like, pew, going way up and forward, because that's what I'm ready for. And so as you tap into your creativity, you are going to find this freedom. And I also want you to think of, like, I want you guys to think of children, think of kids. When they are young, they're playing, they're exploring, they're imagining, they're always wondering why. You know, they're tapping into this creative energy, and they're super curious, and they're constantly learning, and they're constantly growing, they're constantly changing. That's a beautiful way to tap into your creativity, is be more childlike, be more playful. That's why I always say, do the things that bring you joy, because that will get the results you guys want. Okay, so let's review before I go into the third piece. So you're going to focus on the positive. You're going to tap into your creative energy. And then actually, let me just check the questions here. Breath of fire is everything. Yes. Based on better mirror. Okay. So if time and money weren't factors, and they really aren't, I would finish my book, do a book tour, write a play based on a book. Okay. So Paulisa, it sounds like you know what to do. I think it's about, so what I would say for you is to commit to a daily writing practice. Commit to at least 30 minutes a day, every day of writing. And I would say before you write is to tap into your creative energy and your creative vibe and the energy and the joy of why you are writing and creating. So doing any of those things that I was just mentioning, and then write, but also commit to that, commit to doing it. However, I will say this, if you are having a day where you're just like, try to do some things to shift you, but you also get to honor the times that you're like, okay, maybe this is just not happening today. So, yeah. And I think that like that response that I just gave to her is very applicable for everybody. Like if you look at the thing that you are like, if time and money were not a factor, this is what I would be doing. You get to create opportunities to do that on a daily basis every single day in your business. That's how you get to be successful. Okay, so, and actually that actually beautifully ties into the third piece, which is put your blinders on and just be you. So this is one of the most liberating feelings and sensations. And honestly, I have this conversation with every single one of my private one-on-one clients. I have this conversation with myself a lot as well. I'm not going to use the hard word because that is eliminated out of my vocabulary as well as my clients, but it can be not quite as flowy and joyful when your business is online because you're like, well, I'm posting on Facebook and Instagram and all these other things, and there's a lot of other stuff to look at, right? There's a lot of things that I can scroll through and you can get lost. Yeah, that is totally possible, but here's the thing. I want you to look at how are you that scrolling, or whether you're looking at other stuff and whatever. What is that how is that serving you? Is that one of those joy suckers? One of those things that's dragging you down? Is that constrictive, heavy energy? If it is, add that to the stop doing list. It gets to go. You do not need to look at that. If you are looking at people's stuff for inspiration, or it's a friend, or it's people in your mastermind or your communities, and you're like, I want to lift them up, or I want to do whatever, amazing, that's great. But also, don't be so distracted, and I'm going to say it, you're being distracted by all of what everyone else is doing. Because all that is, it's bringing you back to what we started to talk about in the beginning, which is the shoulds and the have-tos, and I've got to do this, and I've got to do that, and I've got to do blah, blah, blah. No, stop. And I'm going to sing for you. Stop. Collaborate and listen. Ice is back for the brand new edition. Something's got a hold of me. Okay, I couldn't help it. I had to do that. Okay, so that moment right there, that's me being me. I do that kind of stuff all the time. If any of you follow me on Instagram stories, I'm going to be singing and dancing. I do morning dance parties like all the time. It's because that's me. That's my personality. I'm going to be in my joy. I'm going to be doing that. And that's what gets your clients, guys. Be yourself. So, I had somebody who I was working with who, she was just like in a hamster wheel, spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. And she was like, God, I've tried all these things. I've done this, I've done that. I've done all the things that they're supposed to do. I really want to break into 5-figure months consistently and hit that 10K mark and have it be like a no big deal problem and just have that money coming in and flowing in all the time. And she's like, but I can't do it. It's really hard and da-da-da. And I was like, well, number one, let's reframe this language here. And then the other thing is like, why are you spending so much time and energy looking at what everyone else is doing? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? I want you to ask yourself that question. Why am I investing my precious time and energy in worrying about what everyone else thinks that I should do? Why? There is no point in doing that, you guys. And so when you're looking at other people's feeds or, oh my gosh, numbers of other people, or like, wow, that person's making millions and I'm not, and oh my gosh, well, maybe I should do what they're doing and whatever. Just because they made millions one way does not mean you're going to make millions that way. So that's why step 3 is about putting the blinders on and just being you. Stop comparing. Stop focusing on all of the other things that you don't like doing, and own who you are and own how you do stuff. So for me, sorry, I'm sitting on the floor. My hip hurts. I love to do videos. I think this stuff is fun. I could talk to myself all day long, and I love that I get to hang out with you guys and that you're here. By the way, if you're hopping on late and you have any questions, just post them below, and I'm answering them as we go along, if applicable, or at the end, okay? So you know, you have to, it's not even have to, it's like a must. It's like your soul is telling you that it just wants to be itself. It just wants you to be yourself, you know, and that does not have to be difficult, you guys. All you have to do is show up as yourself. So if it is Hot Mess Express one day, if it's not washing your hair one day, if it's saying like, oh, this is really scary and vulnerable, but I'm going to share it, then you share it. You do it from this space of, this is me, this is who I am, this is what I have to say, this is what I'm sharing with the world. And you take action from that space of alignment and truth of who you are. So for this part, the action step is, what do I get to do today to be more me? What do I get to do today to be more in my joy? I always tell people to do that because I think it's a really, 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 really powerful thing that you get to do. Continue to connect to what makes you you. Got it? Okay, so I want to see if anyone has any questions on these 3 steps. And we're going to do a meditation, and I want to talk about something that I have to share with you guys. Okay, so reviewing, first step is to focus on the positive. So in doing so, you eliminate the things that are not serving you. You write out your stop doing list and you say, these are the things that feel heavy, that are dragging on me, that I just do not enjoy. And you get to then look through those and say, what are the things that are like, oh, hell no, and they just cross off and they get to be eliminated and erased, and you do not have to have those anymore. They are done. Okay? Step 2 is to tap into your creative energy. So you've created space for you to be more creative. So you do things, you move, you paint, you draw, you color, you write, you have a 5-minute dance party, whatever you need to do. You tap into that space, and you also just take a step back and step away from the computer for 5 minutes. Breathe, and then say, okay, listen, and you will know exactly what to do. Things will come through you. They will. And then from there, that's when you write the emails. That's when you create the programs. That's when you do the live stream. That's when you do the webinar. That's when you do whatever. It's from that energy. That's what people want. People will never remember what you said to them or what you had them do, but they will always remember how you made them feel. So when you tap into your truth and your creativity, you get to connect to clients in that way. Number one, for sure. And the last step is to put the blinders on and be you. You do you guys. Okay, so ask me any questions you have right now on that stuff. And I want to share with you guys a fun, exciting thing that I have created. And the reason why I am sharing it with you is because I did it myself and I was like, oh my God, I need to share this with the world. So I kind of did a little experiment on myself. Oh my God. Oops. Hold on. Delete. Sorry, that was the wrong thing. Okay. So, there we go. Okay, so I have created a program for you guys to teach you how to do this on a deeper level. So it's called Coloring Outside the Lines. What it is it's a 4-week program on how to tap into your creativity on a deeper level. And I gave you guys a couple examples, but I give you way, way more, and you have activities to do. It is all about owning who you are and owning that you do things differently and you hate being told what to do and you're kind of weird and you think outside the box, hence color outside the lines. You don't like to fit into a box and fit into a mold. Ew, like no thank you. And also how to earn money from that space. So I talked about the principles of it today, and in the program we go even deeper onto it and about your money mindset and how to shift it and how to believe on a deeper level. So what you get is you get daily videos, you get daily journal prompts, and you get a daily, what I call joyful activity. So it's an action step that you get to take that day. You get this delivered instantly the second you join, and it's going to be delivered to you each day for 28 consecutive days. It's powerful. I've done it myself, like I said, and it's really fun. You're going to get outside your comfort zone. I'm going to have you do things that are kind of weird and different, but it's going to feel so good because that's what you want. You want to feel good. And you'll notice as you do each of these things, how things shift for you and are going to shift quickly. And it's creating space. You're eliminating what doesn't feel good. You're focusing on the joy. You're tapping into your creative energy, and you're earning from that space. You're receiving, you're getting out of this restricted, I have to do this, I should do that, oh my God, to open and being like, oh, I feel light, I feel free. This is the energy of receiving. This is how you get a bunch of money. This is how you get clients. This openness, this expansion. It's like you're like this, out, arms outstretched, like wanting to give everyone a hug. That's what you want. So that's what the course and program is about. There's a VIP option if you want to dive deeper and do a one-on-one session with me. You totally get to. Yay! So check out the page. It's below in the comments. It's drkatiehenry.com/color-outside-the-lines. Okay, so if you have questions, let me know, but check it out. I would love for you to join. And anyone who joins instantly, or not, I shouldn't say instantly, but anyone who joins in the next 24 hours, I'm going to give you a surprise bonus, which is one of my favorite meditations that I have done and created for you guys. It's next level. It's called the Next Level Joy Meditation. There's meditation and journal prompts that go with that. So if you take action today and join, I will email you that as a bonus. What are the other bonuses I made a playlist for this one. That's a bonus. Color Outside the Lines playlist, super good. So there's that, because music shifts your energy. There is a group for support as you go through the process, and all sorts of other goodies, and another few bonuses that I've trickled in there for you guys. So check it out on the page. Would love to have you join. Okay, let me know if there are any other questions here. Otherwise, what I want to do is one more little meditation to kind of bring it all together and for you to feel and connect to you. Because I want you to remember that there are no shoulds. There's only being you and only your truth. Okay? All right, guys. So go ahead and close your eyes. Roll your shoulders down and back. Place your hand on your belly, right around your belly button, your sacral chakra, and your hand on your heart. With your hand on your heart, remember that you are love. You are joy. You are abundance. And you are bliss. And then I want you to place your hand on your throat, like right between your collarbones. Don't push hard. I don't want you to choke yourself or anything. Just breathe here. Hand right around the belly button and right by the throat. This is your sacral chakra and your throat chakra. Your sacral chakra is your center of creativity, that creative voice. And the throat chakra is your creative expression and your truth. So with both hands placed here, I want you to start doing little circles of your hips. And change directions. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. I want you to feel a bright golden light right below your belly button, this warmth, this orange energy, this light starting to ignite right below your hands and your belly. And then I want you to feel this light right by your throat, this truth, this blue light. And feel like it's shining from you as you open your mouth. The light shines even more. And this swirling orange energy and blue energy, swirling, swirling, swirling. And the colors swirl together so much so that it becomes this bright, bright white light. The white light is swirling and swirling in between. And now that forms a loop, a little infinity sign, going from your sacral chakra right below your belly button, right to your throat chakra, your truth. And this swirling back and forth, you may start to undulate or rock or move forward as you feel this swaying. You don't have to move, but if your body wants to move, let it move. And this connection of your creativity and your creative expression is this beautiful light. It's this light that wants to be shared out into the world. Breathe into that feeling and that sensation and that light. Smile and know that as you tap more into your creativity, you get to express your truth and be more you. Take another deep, deep breath in. Feeling that light expand and open. As you exhale, bring your hands back, just resting on your knees. I want you to notice how good it feels to be creative, to express that, and to be you. I want you to know and remember that the only thing you have to do each and every day is to be you. Be in your joy. And show up authentically. And trust yourself. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and release. When you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. Connect to your truth. Connect to your joy. Connect to your creativity and know that that will open up any expression of your truth, of your voice, of your light. The world needs your gifts. Be yourself. Release any feeling of should or have to or must and just be you. Trust yourself. Thank you so much. I am Dr. Katie Henry. Please go do the things that bring you joy, and that is how you live, fueled by joy. If you feel called to dive deeper and join Color Outside the Lines, I would love to have you in the program so that you can really tap into your creativity on a deeper level, so that you can open and expand into being more you, being aligned to what is real and true for you, and that you get to earn and receive money and as much money as you want, being you, because you are a good person and you bring good things to the world, so you absolutely get to have and receive all the things that you want. If you have any questions, let me know. Let me see if I missed anything. Yeah, if you're catching recording or whatever, no worries. Just watch it now. And if you feel called to join Color Outside the Lines, take action. I'm all about action takers. Those are who are my clients that have success, are the ones who take action and go and do and things. That's how I am. And I'm always like, where's the pay button on the sales page? I don't even read it. I know. And that's the thing for you guys. If you know that this is something that would be good for you, or you want to learn more from me and dive deeper, don't overthink it and don't say, well, I should do that and whatever. Trust yourself. It's a muscle that you get to flex every single day. Strengthen it, choose it, trust it. You are worth it. And remember, you don't like to do things normally. You think differently. You think outside the box. You color outside the lines. So own it. And that will bring you all the abundance and all the money, all the clients, all the joy, all the good things that you desire. And you 100% deserve it. So I would love to see you in the course. It's in the pinned comment below. And of course, go do something that brings you joy. I am Dr. Katie Henry. You can find me on all the things at Dr. Katie M. Henry on Instagram, on Facebook. And yeah, if you have questions, let me know. I look forward to seeing you in the program and diving deeper into your creativity and your joy. All right, guys, have a beautiful day. Bye.